Hi everyone, I'm Tristan. Welcome to today's lesson, and we are going to focus on Toeic speaking part 2. I'm going to give you some tips on how to improve your score and enable you to reach your goals. So before we start, like I always say, please share, like, subscribe, do all those wonderful things. All right, let's get started. So in Toeic speaking part 2, you have to describe a picture. Now, you have 30 seconds to prepare, and you need to talk for 45 seconds. You will be judged on 4 factors. 1, pronunciation. Okay, so when you are speaking, make sure you have intonation, you stress key words, and that you don't go too quickly. Number 2, grammar. That's another way you're going to be judged. Now, it's not just about having perfect grammar, it's about using a variety of grammar. Okay, are you using different verb tenses? Are you using adjective and adverb clauses, maybe a noun clause? They are going to look at all those factors. Number 3, vocabulary. To get a minimum score, you have to have appropriate vocabulary. To get a high score, you have to show a range of vocabulary, that you're not using the same simple words over and over again. And finally, they're going to look at cohesion. Now, cohesion is how the ideas are connected. Does it go smoothly? Does it have transition words? Is it logical? All right, so let's get into the tips for part 2. As I said, you're going to get a picture. And here's an example of the picture. The first thing you want to do at the start in your introduction is think of answering the WH questions. When we look at this, it's who, where, when, maybe why, but that's later. But you're thinking about who, where, and when. So let's look at an example picture. Here it is. So you want to talk about who's there. It looks like there's a family. Okay, so you could say, in this picture, there is a family of 3 eating dinner at home, and I assume it's happening at night. Now, I've introduced the family of 3. After that, I can give more details. In the family, there looks to be a mother and 2 young daughters. One daughter is older than the other. All right, so that is sort of your introduction, your who, your when, your where. Now, when you are describing, this is tip 2, when you are describing the actions in the picture, use present continuous or simple present. For example, you're not going to say the family ate dinner. You're going to say the family is eating dinner. The family is eating a pasta dinner. The family is eating a delicious looking pasta dinner. But you're using present continuous to describe what's happening in the picture. Now, number 3, this is a common mistake. Don't describe every detail in the picture. They're not looking for you to find every little thing in the picture. So if you said there is a coffee maker in the top left corner, there are 2 pieces of bread between the main bowl of spaghetti and the child's bowl. No, you don't have to do this. You describe the main parts of the picture. And after you've given the who, the where, and when, then you're going to spend a great deal of time guessing. Now, this allows you to show your grammar range plus levels of vocabulary. For example, you might guess the relationship between this family. You might guess what they're going to do after dinner. You might guess why they're eating dinner at home. For example, I might use some key guessing language, and here it is. Maybe I use I assume, I think, it is likely that, the mother probably, maybe the youngest daughter, my assumption is that. So let me give you some examples. In this picture, one can see that a family of 3 is eating a pasta dinner at home. In their family, it looks like there's one mother who's maybe in her early 30s and 2 young daughters. The daughter on the right looks to be about 6 years old, and the daughter on the left looks to be about 4. I assume they're having a spaghetti dinner because it's simple to make and maybe the mother was working all day. The youngest daughter on the left is eating it with poor manners as she's holding a string of spaghetti to her mouth, but her mom doesn't seem to get angry. This is probably because the mother had a long day at work and doesn't want to discipline her children. See how I'm using guesses, okay? And this is allowing me to have more range. So you want to make assumptions and guesses. That is key. A tip is to use adverbs to make your description more precise and interesting. So we could look at the picture and say, the girl on the right looks annoyed at her sister. But maybe I use the adverb, the girl on the right looks somewhat annoyed at her sister. So by using somewhat, I'm showing my range. I'm showing that I can utilize adverbs. Instead of saying the young girl has a large bowl of spaghetti, maybe I say the young girl has an extremely large bowl of spaghetti. So I'm using adverbs here. Tip 7, don't stop talking. Keep guessing. Keep making predictions for the future, guesses about the past, but you want to use all the time you have here. So don't say, I'm done. Keep talking. Next, don't speak too quickly. Okay? You don't have to go so fast. When you are reading or when you are describing the picture, go at a natural pace. And finally, you need to practice this. This is difficult for a native speaker because it's not common to describe a picture. So you need to practice. So go on Google, look up Google Images, and just start describing the pictures and record yourself. But the number one piece of advice is make guesses. Make guesses. Don't just describe what's happening in the picture. Talk about what happened before, what you think will happen after. This will increase your score. All right, everyone. Have a great day.